Well, hello YouTube. Once again, it's me out here in the darkness. Anyway, this is my life right now. I got to do this for a little while longer. Of course, Darla's in bed asleep right now, but anyway, I thought I'd talk to you about something tonight that I've been kind of just cruising around watching YouTube videos and seeing some of the things that are going on with people. And one thing I saw was people talking about insurance. And the type of insurance I'm talking about is towing insurance, things that are kind of like extra as far as what you need. There is actually a special insurance you have to buy when you're full timing. If you just have regular auto insurance and then you have a problem, you're going to have a bigger problem because your insurance is going to fight you on it. So you want to make sure you have full-timers insurance and you cover your content. If you don't cover what, I mean, I've got some guitars with me, I got tools, I got things with me that if I was to lose those, that would be a big chunk of money. So I got all that stuff insured, and so you want to make sure you take care of that. But that's the basics on the RV, and if you guys have more questions on that, you can ask me and I'll tell you what's going on with that. But what I'm talking about is like towing insurance. That's what people don't realize is to tow one of these ridiculous things, just a 5-mile tow is $400. If you need to go any more distance than that, I mean, it gets really expensive really fast. So we just renewed our insurance, towing insurance. Now, we used to have AAA a long time ago. And when we started on this, we registered out of South Dakota. We couldn't have AAA anymore. So we got Good Sam. And I know a lot of people have not been happy with Good Sam. We had one experience where we had to tow this thing. And I'll tell you what, the road was solid ice. And sorry, I keep looking to see if any trucks are coming. Anyway, we were driving in North Dakota, and this thing just shut off. And I knew what was wrong with it, but trying to get around the front and climb the ice on the road. I mean, we were literally driving 25 miles an hour, just watching people go past us sideways and crashing, and trucks flipped over. And we were just cruising along. I was just humming. I knew that if I tried to push it at all, we were going to end up with them. Then all of a sudden, the motor just shut off. Everything, as far as the dash panel, everything just died. And I tried to get out there to be able to, I could have jumped it, it would have fired right up. There's a continuous use solenoid on the front of this thing. But I couldn't get to it because it was just so cold. The wind was blowing about 30 miles an hour, and it was like, I don't know, 15 or 20 degrees. It was not a good situation. We got the Good Sam, we called them, and within an hour, this great big huge tow truck shows up, and this little guy about 70 years old, he's probably 5 foot tall. He gets out and he's like, okay, well, here, let me do this. And I mean, he was throwing change and doing all, anyway, he got this thing all hooked up and aired up and drive shaft out and everything in about 20 minutes. And we were following him in the truck, and he took the motor home to a repair shop that he knew of, and he said these guys would take care of me. They kind of did. Because the problem with any of these RVs or anything, I mean, you watch, what's his name? Hobotech, when his transmission went out, if you have to rely on other people, man, you just got to be prepared to just be taken to the cleaners. That's all I could say. So the thing was, it was probably about a $400 or $500 tow to get there. And it cost us, we just re-upped ours the other day, and I think it was like for 2 years, it was like $280. So we paid every year like I think the first year was like $100, but it's kind of gone up a little bit. So all the insurance stuff. It used to be when you bought insurance, as the car got older, the insurance went down in price. It's not like that anymore. It's a scam. This whole setup we have going on in this country right now is a scam. Anyway, you got to have it. I mean, if you, and like I say, I've had friends who have Good Sam. And I know there's some politicking going on with the owner of Camping World and Good Sam, but the thing is it costs you a lot of bucks to get the coverage, but it costs you a heck of a lot more if you have a breakdown and you just need to get off the road. So that's a really, really good thing to have. We had a positive experience with it, and saved us a lot of money, got our vehicle towed, and we got back on the road the next day, and everything worked out. They actually put the wrong part on the motorhome. It was funny because when the mechanic came out, he looked at the repair order, and I started to tell him what I thought it was, and he goes, well, look, we need to probably get something straight right up front here. And I said, sure, what's that? And he says, well, who's going to work on this thing? Are you going to work on it, or am I going to work on it? And I said, well, I guess you're going to work on it. So he said, okay, well, let's just work from that premise. And I said, all right. So he got the drive shaft back in, got all that all fixed all up, and then he tested this and tested that. And I was just sitting there. I told Darla, I go, I don't know whether he's going to figure it out or not, but we'll see. So after about an hour and a half, he finally comes to me and he said, well, what did you think it is? And I said, well, in the front there's a continuous use solenoid up here. I said, I think that solenoid's bad. And he went over and jumped the thing, and it fired right up. So from then on, we were like cool. He was like, okay, I mean, he realized that I wasn't a dummy when it comes to this kind of stuff. So, but then he ended up, they got a continuous use solenoid, the wrong one, and put it in there. It lasted about 2 months, and I had to buy another one. So anyway, we got out of there with the wrong part for about $400. But if we had paid for the tow and everything, we would have had $1,000 easy, and left with a broken motorhome. Really, I mean, it was not fixed. I've since had to change that solenoid, so I had to change it immediately, and I got the right one in there now. Another good one to have, and we're testing it out for the second time. And this does go through your regular insurance, but it's like an add-on, and you got to make sure that if you have like a Class A motorhome, that you get the special insurance, because your regular insurance, your full-time RV, all that is not going to cover this, and it's windshield insurance. We're going to be replacing the driver's side glass for the second time in 3 years. And that piece of glass installed is, they don't even want to tell me how much it is, but I know it's somewhere around $1,400 or $1,500. And it costs us $70 a year for glass insurance. So, I mean, that's a no-brainer. That's something you absolutely have to have. And they don't tell you about that kind of stuff. You have to ask. You have to ask about things like add-on insurance and stuff like the towing and all that kind of stuff. I was watching a video right now. A guy has Progressive insurance, and he pays for his towing through that. Well, just like Good Sam could do, and everybody else, he got hosed. It took him like 5 or 6 hours to get his vehicle towed 6 miles away from where he was at. I mean, he could almost just got some guy with a chain and drug him to the shop where he went. So anyway, there's a lot of little tricks in this lifestyle, and one of the bad things about this lifestyle is that if you buy something and you don't know how to work on it, and you don't work on it, and you just drive it until something goes wrong, man, it'll rob you of your money faster than anything. It's just part of the way it is. I mean, I basically just call them road bandits. When I had my motorcycle shop and a guy would break down on the road, I had a trailer that I pulled behind my truck. I still have it. and a U-Haul trailer, 10-foot U-Haul trailer sits low. And I would go out and pick up their bikes, a bike, bring it in, and I'd take whatever bike was on the stand, I'd take off because people on the road get a priority. And I would service those guys and get them back on the road ASAP. And I'll tell you what, that really helped my business. Anytime you take care of people on that kind of a level, they're going to talk about you. And that's one of the things, like with Good Sam, people that experience good service through Good Sam, they're not going to say too much unless they're just talking to, amongst themselves. But somebody has a problem, they're going to tell everybody they know. So, like I say, that Marcus Lamota's guy or whatever, he's made some political statements here lately, and I think if you're a guy like that, even a guy like me, kind of got to keep that a little bit to yourself. You're not doing yourself any good if you're slamming one or the other. Really, we need to kind of come together a little more, I think, in this country instead of all this negative stuff. And I mean, as far as the RVers goes, I've seen guys just get into drag out fights for no reason other than they just wanted to make a point to somebody. You're not going to change anybody's thought process or their heart or anything by screaming at them. So, just tell them, hey, this guy ain't that bad, or this person's not that bad. Sometimes it's not our time to have the person we love and everything else. So anyway, I don't want to get going down this rat hole, especially with what's going on with YouTube and stuff. I just want to make this a friendly place for you guys. So anyway, get the glass insurance. We're close to Laredo, which is good, because where we've been lately, we've been trying to get this windshield replaced since like February. And we had a guy that for 3 months told us he was going to, and he had put the other windshield in, and he just smoked us. And I finally just said, hey, okay, we just ran down here with a broken. I'll tell you what, we left Arkansas. We were a little discouraged, but I'll tell you what, since then, there's going to be some pretty exciting things coming along. I hope you guys stay with us. And people who are not subscribed, you might want to subscribe, because you're going to see some pretty awesome stuff as far as work camping goes. If you're into work camping, when you do this lifestyle, I had a lady ask me, well, how do you get these jobs, and how do you know about these jobs, and how do you do this, and well, I'll tell you what the big secret was for us, how we got it. We have Work Camper News, which I think everybody should have. Now, I keep that if I got a job for every day of the year, I still keep Work Camper News around, because sometimes there's something interesting in there, and you might make a phone call and say, well, I can't come this year, but what about next year? So anyway, but go to Amazon or somewhere like that where there's a ton of full-time RVers, and you'll get to talking to people, and if you're well liked amongst the people, even sometimes when you're not, they'll say, hey, you know what, have you ever worked here or worked there? And it gives you a chance to get a really good job, and you got somebody that's going to tell you what it's like Sugar Beets. Sugar Beets is a really good job, and it makes a lot of money. There's times like last year, it wasn't that great because it just took so stinking long. I hope the wind's not destroying us. It took so long to get it done. And when you sit there for week after week after week, yeah, it's not costing you nothing for your space or anything, but you're eating. And of course, we have a bunch of friends there. We were going out to eat all the time and having a great time and, doing that kind of stuff. Well, that eating out, man, that's one of the things, that's one of the expenses of life that can really knock down how much money you got. So you got to be careful with that. I know we love to go out to eat. We love Texas Roadhouse. That's one of our favorite places. And but we do Texas Roadhouse if you go there between 4 and 6 o'clock in the evening. I think it's Tuesday through Friday, $10 for a steak and a salad and everything else. So you can't beat it. Anyway, you guys, I'm rambling. That's what I always do, but I'm kind of bored. It has been kind of busy for a couple hours, and now it's slowed down a little bit. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain a little, and we need it. The motorhome is just a mess, man. It's just yuck. But you know, it'll wash, it'll clean up, and you know, we got to get some. Oh, here goes the wind again. We got to get somewhere we can let KG run a little bit and stuff like that. So anyway, stick with us, because I'll tell you what, here it's going to be about a month and a half or so, but things are going to be flipped this year. We're flipping everything around. Everything is going to be different. We're kind of stepping out on faith. The opportunity to make quite a large amount of money, I should say, is coming, and you guys will learn how that's going to go. We're just like we're learning about it. But like I was saying about for that person with going to Amazon and stuff, you get around people. Well, indirectly through our jobs, as we've done different jobs, we've met people and they remember us, and we swap numbers, and they watch our videos now and stuff like that. Well, I got a call yesterday that they made us an offer to do a job, and we took it. So I hope you guys will hang in there and go with us on this new adventure. It's going to be new to us, and in an exciting place where I'm sure you guys will love what's going on there. And I can see a truck is coming now. So anyway, you guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. We've got a lot of subscribers lately. Really, the new subscribers, thanks for subscribing. We love that you're along. We're going to be doing some lives again. You'll have to click on those. Those get kind of interesting. And then if you like the videos that you see, please give us the thumbs up. Even if you don't, give us a thumbs down, then we'll know where we're traveling as far as what we're doing. And then also hit the bell so you get the notifications, and share the videos, please. And we'll see you guys soon. And like I say, to the new subscribers, thanks for being along, and the ones that have been here all along, you know we love you guys. So good talking with you. Have a great evening. Good night.